Hello, Libra. This is Dawn Priolet, and this is your monthly love tarot reading. And this is for the dates of November 19th through December 19th. So I'll take you through to almost Christmas. And I'm going to start right in the middle here. This card represents the general energy in your life right now, as well as in your relationship. This is a wonderful card. Just look at the colors, the rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and read from the Viking card book what it has to say about this card. But it's a really good card. So let's see, this is card number 32. 32 in numerology, it goes down to a 5, and 5 is all about change. So Bifrost represents the synthesis of all things. Synthesis helps us see the world as one unit and everyone on earth as one nation or one people, regardless of skin color, culture, or customs. If Bifrost has placed all the colors of the rainbow in your spread today, then you can rejoice because it is an indication, yay, that your spiritual growth is moving forward and one stage of it is merging with the next. Next time you see the actual rainbow, take a close look at it. You will notice that it is hard to tell where one color ends and the next one begins. The same often applies to your life. When you experience synthesis on your path of spiritual or personal growth, you are not always aware of it. You often feel you are at a standstill, not making much progress, and it is not until you look back that you realize how far you have gone. Bifrost expresses the importance of your learning to grow into compassion and love, and of your learning to stop separating yourself from those around you. One thing is to say something and another is to do it, but when you learn to walk your talk, then you are working from integrity. Bifrost also teaches you the importance of creating synthesis between the material and the spiritual worlds in your life. Your body is a manifestation of the divine in the material world. And when you travel to the spiritual world, you can journey along Bifrost. Okay, so Libra, I'm going to go ahead with the rest of the reading, which, this is wonderful though. You've got this spiritual growth going for you, which is going to always helps your relationships. Always helps you to bring in a higher love. Someone who really gets you and someone you can really be yourself with. And the way to attract that person, ironically, is just to simply be yourself to begin with. So, first card down we have is the Two of Swords, and this is the position of what you bring into the relationship. And this card is asking you to take the blindfold off and look at, what is it that you're not willing to look at. And I'm going to say in your emotions, because if you look behind this woman, there's water all behind her. But she's blindfolded with two swords, and it's like she can't make a choice, and she's refusing to really look at her emotions, to really go there. She's turning her back to her emotions and saying, nope, I've got my two swords, and swords represent thoughts and the mind, all that mind stuff. So like she's going to figure it out with her mind, except that she can't make a decision. So I'm going to say what you're coming into the relationship with is that you really need to look at your emotional, start speaking your truth from your emotions, from your heart. What your partner's bringing into the relationship. Boy, oh boy, this is the cheating, lying card. Sometimes it means, it might mean that your partner is lying to himself, his or herself, about things. But in any case, I would be very, very cautious to make sure that things are clear and make sure that you know, you're not being lied to, uh, even if it's inadvertently. Ask the tough questions. In other words, ask the questions that are hard for you to ask. Usually people don't ask the questions because they, you know, it's very awkward. It feels awkward sometimes to come right out and ask, well, are you single? Because you think, well, of course he's single. He's online. He's on the dating site. That doesn't mean anything though. So ask those questions, and it's amazing to me how many women, and I used to be like that myself. I'm gonna tell on myself. I used to be very, you know, very it was like I was so afraid of scaring a man away that I wouldn't even ask the most basic questions like that. So, you know, ask questions and listen with your heart and your intuition, not just with your analytical mind. So, your emotional future in this relationship, 2 cards, pretty positive cards, both higher arcana. The Empress. This is a very sultry, sexy woman. Now, in this reading, it could, you know, this could represent, and this does represent you, Gemini. So whether you're a man or a woman, this is someone who's very sensual and very nurturing, very loving. And the Hierophant has to do with organization, organized religion. Sometimes it is seen as the marriage card. So you'll have to see how that fits into your life. You and your partner may have talked of marriage. You may want to be married in order that you can become pregnant, because she's also very, sometimes she represents someone who is pregnant, or if you're wanting to get pregnant, you know, maybe this is meaning that you want to get married so that you can get pregnant and start a family, you know. That may apply to some of you, okay? So for your partner appears to be taking a break or needing to take a rest and take a break. Maybe take a break from the relationship, take a break from the whole, you know, maybe the subject of commitment has come up and your partner is, you know, needing to take a step back. And maybe it's because there's something that he hasn't told you about. Okay, I just had to bring that up. So it appears that he's wanting to take a step back from the relationship. He or she is wanting to take a step back, give it a break. Now, the final outcome of all of this, if you have a specific question about your relationship, this is where you want to think about that now. Because the final outcome or the potential of the relationship is what I'm going to talk about now. And it's the 6 of Pentacles. So if you had a question that was a yes-no question, it's a yes. The answer is a yes. This speaks of balance, financial balance. And sometimes, because this is a relationship reading, it may also be balance in general. Like there's give and take in the relationship. It's not a one-sided relationship. That's the potential, and that's what you're going for. Also, Queen of Cups, this is someone who's very emotionally balanced. This is someone who is not afraid to show her vulnerability. Again, it can be a man too. Someone who's very balanced emotionally, wears their heart on their sleeve. And the 7 was the other card I pulled, 7 of Cups, meaning you have lots of choices here. So if this person needs to step back and take a break, so be it. I'm just seeing that, Libra, you have lots of choices. And just keep in mind what it is you're going for. You want balance. You want emotional balance. And for some of you, you want to start a family. So that's perfectly okay. So keep in mind what you want and stay centered and focused on that. And if this one is lying, cheating, whatever's going on there, or withholding the truth from you in some way and needing to step back and take a break, that could be fine. You know, I always encourage my clients, date more than one person, because until you have a wedding band on your finger, until you have that, or you're at least engaged and you've got the date set, you need to keep your options open. The biggest mistake that women make is they focus all of their energy and attention on one man, and they think that, oh, I've got to get to work. I've got to make this relationship work. Relationships are not about work. That's not what they're supposed to be. So just relax, lean back, know what you want, and know that you do have choices. You do actually have choices. So there you have it, Libra. If you need a more specific, detailed reading, feel free to contact me. The details will be in the description box below. There will be a link where you can actually purchase a reading with me, a private reading. And before I close off this video, I want to just give you a peek of the city of Dubai, where I am currently at. Let me see. Let's see if I can lift you up. There we go. This is what at least part of Dubai looks like. So I just want you to see that. I'm up on the 17th floor, and Dubai is full of basically a lot of tall buildings. This is the part of Dubai that they don't show you in the tourist brochures. Anyway, this is your reading for the month, and masalama. I will see you next time.